This is about the difference between ordinary people and the elites. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau broke the law by bringing in the Emergencies Act. That was declared by a court. Now, his deputy prime minister stood up quickly and said, oh, we're appealing this, but he broke the law. And people really suffered because of that. Accounts frozen, jobs lost. What's happening to them? Nothing. That's what happens with elites. Oh, well. I contend he's made a huge mistake on the carbon tax. It's not breaking the law, but it's a huge mistake, damaging Canada, damaging our economy, damaging our social fabric. Any sanctions about that? Nope. Scot-free. Now, with Trump in the States and the establishment in Canada getting really upset, you read in columns, in the Globe, in the Star, in papers across the country, oh, it is going to be a disaster if he gets in. It's populism. And people misuse the word populism, saying it's populism, it's bad for us because it's right wing. Well, it's not. As we've discussed here before, populism, when T.C. Douglas was ahead of the CCF, the NDP, was left wing. Populism is what people want. And that's why you have editorial writers and columnists across the country absolutely scared out of their wits saying it's going to be a disaster. If Trump gets in, it's going to be a disaster if we have Poilievre in, because that's populism. That's right wing, and that's no good. It's no good for them because they aren't going to get more money from the government. It's no good for them because things are going to be changing. And that's what democracy is all about, which is why I'm talking about this now, because this station analyzes issues. Sometimes I get to spout off, but it doesn't play any favorites. We've had people supporting the Liberals and NDP on this thing, but we need to have a discussion going on in this country, and we need to do it without favor so that people aren't standing up and saying, you're a populist and you're bad. Let's talk about what's wrong with our country, our economy, our social fabric, of bringing in hundreds of thousands of people who really don't care about being Canadian, about having fighting in the streets for tribal warfares that are halfway around the world, and now they're doing it in our urban centers, about having drug addicts fill our parks. So moms and dads and kids can't go to the parks anymore for fear of walking over needles. And it's not just a fear, it's a reality. We need a discussion without the cant of the elite saying, don't change anything because it's going to be a disaster. What we need in this country is change. We need more populism. We need to bring about a set of rules which is going to be helpful to Canadians and is going to bring us prosperity and unity. 3 minutes. This show provides independent analysis of the issues. We are not paid by the government. And as I am finding, so much business in Canada relies upon various governments that they don't want to sponsor or advertise on a show which may become controversial, which talks about liberty, freedoms, sometimes criticizes government. I've had guests on that support the government. But people are saying, you know what? We don't want to bite the hand that feeds us, i.e. government, which is why I hope you'll subscribe and contribute to keep this show on the air.